All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and pleasure of meeting with one of our clients and giving out a gold award today. Jordana, how you doing today?
I'm great. How you doing, Alan?
I'm doing phenomenal. I see you, Jordana is with Recovery Mobile Clinic, and I can see she's in her mobile clinic right now. So here's the thing. We have the opportunity. Jordana is the founder of Recovery Mobile Clinic. Today we are giving her our gold award because she has gotten over $500,000 in money for her mission. And I see, tell us about your clinic. I see you're in it right now.
I am. So we are the first fully mobile addiction clinic in Michigan, one of the first of our kind. So we are unique in the fact that we are taking addiction medicine on the road to the people, impacting high need areas right where they are, trying to meet people at their level so that addiction medicine is becoming more obtainable and more universal across all spectrums.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the good thing about Jordana's organization is she is disrupting a traditional industry like most of our clients do. And she's bringing mobile services, and I'll let her tell you a little bit more and get in depth on that, to the people, to corporations, to you in counties and cities, right? To different clinics. So tell us about that. I want an introduction and I want to dig down. I know the services that you just talked about, but tell us about the impact your organization has been able to make to date and why that's important to your clients.
So the Recovery Mobile Clinic started in February of 2020. Great year, right? I mean, timing, which meant that we had to be flexible. We had to kind of tweak our entire model as we started as an addiction clinic, bringing Vivitrol and other addiction services into the community. But all of a sudden we were flooded with a pandemic. So what we had to do is think 3 steps ahead, and we were able to serve that population by offering COVID testing and COVID rapid testing initially, and then later on COVID vaccines, because shelters couldn't get people into shelters. Transitional houses couldn't get people into the homes because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So we were able to keep people sober, keep people housed, keep people getting their addiction treatment, and provide this needed COVID service. So we've actually been able to take COVID testing outside of the doctor's office and outside of the hospital, and even vaccinations outside of the pharmacies, and get it to right where the people are. These are people that don't have transportation. So we're taking vaccinations into shelters, into 3-quarter houses. Because of our addiction stuff, we work a lot with the state of Michigan. So Michigan Department of Corrections and a lot of the health departments in the area. So we've been able to really extend their reach and capture a lot of that high need population. We're also mobile, and we were able to take this into skilled nursing facilities, group homes, places where people just don't have access to a large part of that transportation. We were able to take it right into the group home, vaccinate everybody that's there without them taking these high-risk populations out of the facility. And then we extended into corporate as well. These are, areas that are trying to get their employees back to work. They're trying to keep their business doors open. They're trying to manage business within a new field that everybody's trying to be flexible with. So the Recovery Mobile Clinic was able to bring on-site COVID testing right into a building and test every employee there, or vaccinate every employee there, and then give them little assurances of, being, COVID tested and kind of assurance testing, so that they can, have kind of that confidence for their, their customers that are coming in, that this has been done. So we've been able to extend not only on the community side, but also on the corporate side.
That's incredible. So for you corporations, for you group homes, for you cities, you counties that are all looking for solutions, we have already done it, and Jordana is successful in her pursuit for better healthcare outcomes. So whatever that may be, you'll be able to contact Jordana, just reach down below. So let's talk about, they want to hear, Jordana, and we love what your organization is, what your mission is, what the impact that you've been able to really create just over the last year, right? Started during the pandemic, who would have known, and having a lot of success. Man. So give us a picture, though, of things before working with us. And just if you could tell our audience why even work with Money for Your Mission Inc. and Grant Source at that time.
Sure. Before Money with Her Mission or Grant Source, I was a one-man band. You know, I was doing it all. I was trying to get the clinic up and going. I was trying to advertise. I was trying to be a clinician. I was trying to network and market. I needed help. I needed, as a nonprofit, as a startup where we don't have a name recognition yet, I needed a team. And so what really attracted me to Grant Source is that they had that team. It was already pre-made. They already had experience writing the grants. They knew the steps. They knew where to look for the funding. They knew, you know, how to write a grant to appeal to whichever corporation or government agency or bid, in my case, was looking for, so that we were able to, you know, fit the picture and actually get the grant evaluators to recognize that we were a solution to the problem that they had.
Phenomenal. And so, like we see with so many organizations, being a one-man band, right? You're focused on wearing multiple hats. When I started, I was the executive director, I was the fundraiser, I was the coordinator, I was the program director, right? Doing all those different things. It breaks down to not having the time, tools, and talent. And as you see, you know, Jordana was lacking in all those areas. So we were excited about having you a client, and we brought you on. And I want everybody to get a clear picture, because even though you were working with us, you know, as a startup organization, everything, there was a few things that we're able to do for you: your website, get your triple CRM running, apply for a marketing grant, fundraising campaign, right? Foundation, corporation, government contracts. But it wasn't always smooth selling, right? So talk to people about the actual challenges, because there were challenges. It wasn't, you know, just smooth selling all the way through. And that's what people want to hear.
Yeah. You know, there was, you know, a little COVID disruption, I think, on everybody's side. You know, a lot of people aren't in the office, which does limit communication. I'm sorry to say, but, you know, Zoom meetings to the nth degree, but communication gets lacking. There was some difficulties with, so communication, obviously, follow through, organizational stuff that were a problem. But what was impressive to me is that all the way up from the bottom, all the way up, they were able to work with us, listen to our complaints or our concerns, address them immediately, and start working together for that solution. So actually, as a business owner and as a nonprofit and as somebody that's trying to get this whole ball rolling, even though there was the frustration there, I was able to see that they were listening to my concerns, taking some of my recommendations, and then actually turning around and seeing some of that come into action. And what we saw is that we had a fast turnaround on productivity on their side, opportunities for us on our side, and we ended up with a happy result.
Phenomenal. And I think we skipped over this, because one of the reasons why, and back then, right, during COVID, it was just basically me, right? We had to get rid of our most of our staff, unfortunately. So I appreciate you sticking with us. But one of the things that really got you, and even though during COVID and things happened, there was some challenges, if you could let everybody know what really hooked you when you began, and as you came through, you saw, hey, we made good on what we said we would.
Absolutely. The follow through was significant. The money guarantee word, there was, you know, financial flexibility that happened, which was a startup to help keep going while that funding was still being sought after. So it was a flexible situation that I think both of us felt comfortable with.
Exactly. So when you hear your reps or you hear people say, hey, there's investment protection, we're not a fly-by-night company, we've been around for years, and from an actual customer, it's real. We said, hey, look, we've gone this period of time, here's what we will do for you, and we will give you a cash credit for what we didn't get you, and you have that in writing. It's real. Tell them.
Yeah, no, it is. And that goes a long way, especially from a startup like myself or anybody that's, you know, as a nonprofit, you are funding a lot of this stuff personally sometimes. And so that can be a very stressful situation. But when you see that those promises are actually being fulfilled and some of those guarantees are being honored, and what's more important is you're not feeling like you have to hound them to get it. They're acknowledging right off the bat that there's a problem. We're listening to you. We're going to try to fix it, but on the outside, we're still going to come, behind and put that honor in place, which again just kind of reestablishes the confidence in the whole system, because they really are they're putting their heart and soul into the company just like you are, and putting their own personal funding behind it as well. So you do feel like you've got that back up there.
Phenomenal, incredible. And we are so happy to get these things. So not only did we do some good things, let's talk about the awards.
Yeah.
Jumping for joy. So before we get into some of the awards that we were able to create for you, tell us, and we'll go into detail on that, but tell us about the impact that you plan to create with the money that you receive for your mission.
Well, with the Google Grant Award, we've actually been seeing some pickup in just people finding us online, referrals through rehab facilities. So people are seeing us a little bit more. And the more people, obviously, that know we're there, the more referrals, the more impact that we can have in a small community. Now, with some of the larger bids, with like our state of Michigan bid, that's going to allow us to increase vaccination funding and kind of roll out a little bit more of the vaccination availability. What we're also really hoping to accomplish is expansion. What we want to do is take this one unit, one woman team here and expand into another army of chapters of the Recovery Mobile Clinic. My big dream is to have an army of nurse practitioners out there in the community doing what nurses do best, getting in with the people and bringing the help where it's needed, how it's needed, right where it's needed. Our big dream is to actually kind of take this outside of Michigan even. We kind of got our sights set on Chicago, some of another area that has a high need for the addiction, obviously, but it also has a full practice authority for nurse practitioners, which means that we can bring some of these NP entrepreneurs out of the shadows, put them in their own unit, and get them on the road and start bringing help to the people where they need it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So those, we're going to be writing some awards for Cook County, for Chicago, city of Chicago. Yeah. So if you see those awards, know it's coming from Miss Jordana. And I'd be remiss if I did not recognize this gentleman has done a phenomenal job. Her representative, Mr. Raphael, doing a great job. He runs the region for us in the Midwest. So thank you, sir, for everything you have done. And we are a technology platform, but you also have a personal touch, right? Raphael has been able to do some really good things for you.
He's been exceptional, because having that communication base, like I said, which was a big factor at the very beginning, makes a huge difference. You have that direct line of communication with somebody, you know that the follow through is being done, and he's reflected that every step of the way. It's been excellent.
Phenomenal. So I'm gonna wrap it up. So not only, we're different than most organizations, because not only do we just go after grants, go after government contracts, go after fundraising, we do some of the baseline awards to put you in a better position, right? We build a whole new website. Right. So you would actually be able to get that marketing grant and have it optimized so that we can create leads, create referrals, create partnerships, create traction. We got you a triple CRM to house that, because what good is all these leads if you don't have a place to put them? And a fundraising campaign we're just getting started, right? Foundation grants, corporation grants, and a $700K award. So she's she's less than $200K away from getting our platinum award. So Jordana, thank you so much for believing in us, for sticking with us. And it's been an honor and pleasure to be able to have you as a client, be able to deliver for you. And if there's anything else you'd like to leave the audience with, what would that be?
I would say that this is a very good option for those who, like me, need some extra support with writing grants and starting this whole process. I won't say that it was an easy way to do it. I don't think grant writing is ever easy, but it's definitely turned out to be a rewarding experience at the end. And so it's been beneficial. It's helped me personally, it's helped my company, and I would do it again.
Excellent. And Jordana, not only are we going to send you the award, but we are also going to send you a signed money gun for the money for your mission that you just got.
Okay.
So thank you for everything that you've done for us, and we look forward to doing a lot more with you.
All right, Alan. Thank you. You have a great evening.
All right. Have a blessed night.